Do you want to learn what separates good leadership from bad leadership? Have you ever not enjoyed working for that boss or poor leader, or not even wanted to go into work? I've personally witnessed many leaders and managers lose control and credibility by not correctly using proper leadership or skills. This can lead to losing good staff and morale issues, which in turn cost time and money to businesses which need to recruit new staff. Good staff are very hard to find in today's market, and people will talk about businesses because of one bad person or one poor leader with poor skills. This can often hinder staff not wanting to join that organization. You are not alone in facing this problem. Poor leadership and people skills have a huge effect on it in all industry. Keep listening to my upload, which I will give you a brief introduction before going through the good traits of good leadership. Hi, my name is Michael Thompson. I wanted to give you a quick introduction. I'm Director of Leadership Management Solutions. This is where I offer education and construction consultancy. These uploads are for students, DIY learners, construction professionals, business owners, and general public, in which quality uploads relating to many helpful topics will be uploaded. I have both experience and academic qualifications. I'm currently working as a carpentry and joinery and construction lecturer in FE colleges. I have previous site manager, contracts manager, and construction director experience building multiple 20 million plus developments. I managed an array of trades and subcontractors and staff in my time. I will now be discussing my views relating to leadership and people skills and will share some of my past experiences. I hope you like my recent upload and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you all. Leadership is about uniting their vision and setting achievable targets and common goals. Leaders often have great core values and visions. People skills play a huge part in today's industry. A good leader should always empower his workforce and encourage open door policies whilst listening and taking everyone's views and opinions to achieve common goals. I previously have taken over troubled sites in which poor morale engulfed site staff and subcontractors. There had been clear bad leadership and bad management and even poorer people skills by ex-management. The ways I have built trust is by creating accepted leadership. And listening to your team builds trust, builds togetherness and teamwork. There are little subtle things that you can do. Encourage weekly site meetings. You can encourage one-to-one meetings, and you can also encourage team building. Minute these suggestions and implement these great actions. Always remember to do what you say. Always carry out your actions. Believe me, trust will follow. You can also encourage fellow workers into promotion opportunities, such as offering to mentor that member of staff over a period of time. This will in turn build teamwork and togetherness. Try to get fellow team members additional training opportunities. This will help build togetherness and teamwork because you've shown your team members they can trust you. This is emotional intelligence. People skills and leadership will always play a massive part in construction. Please treat people how you want to be treated back yourself. I always try to give back and help the fellow workers, as you never know when you may need the favour returned. I often found that staff wanted to follow me to other organisations. I clearly build trust and understanding, which many companies struggle to achieve. If you can motivate a team, success will follow, believe me. Here are 20 people skills and attributes you'll need to succeed at work. The ability to relate to others. Having the ability to relate to others and their position or viewpoint is crucial in business. By having a well rounded personality and set of experiences, it usually is possible to relate to almost anyone. Sometimes being able to relate to others simply means that you're willing to agree or to disagree with mutual respect, letting them know that you understand their position. Strong communication skills. This is the most fundamental people skills because it encompasses your persona and ability to get along with colleagues, persuade others to listen to your ideas, and much more. If you have a gift for the spoken and written word, you will always put your best foot forward. Being articulate is highly prized in today's workplace when this time is premium and technology requires constant communication. Articulation is a very important people skill. Illusory transparency refers to the notion that we speak to others. We believe that they are the same mindset as us and are processing things exactly the way we do. Even if this were possible, which it's not, it would be incredibly challenging because of the semantic ambiguity. Effective communicators are very careful to understand these systematic violations and avoid them. Patience with others. If you're patient with others, you can keep a level head in stressful situations. It will definitely be noticed by management and perceived as a very strong asset. When your boss is forced to deal with a situation where possible, he'd lost his cool or he would have lost his temper, remember the troublemakers when the next promotion comes along. The ability to trust others. You can only accelerate your career if you're trustworthy. Without it, you can't get projects done or you won't get cooperation. Knowing how and when to show empathy and having the ability to place yourself in someone else's shoes is key in today's market. To offer support, sympathy, and feedback in your daily business life, it will bring you positive emotional returns. Part of corporate karma, if you contribute to dehumanified company, both of you and your employer will have a limited growth potential. Things are not always black and white, and in order to have effective relationships with others, we need to show compassion where appropriate. In perfect world, there would be no hiccups, but life happens, and knowing when to show compassion when others face challenges is important. Active listening skills. Hearing someone actively listening to them are two different things. Most people hear someone speak and start to form a response in their mind, or even worse, start talking before the person finishes speaking. The key is to actively listen, which takes more time but produces better results. It means you listen without interruption and then take the time to think and form a response before replying. It takes practice, but it will pay off. We were given 2 years and one mouth, speaks volumes. Be a good listener and remain sensitive to other needs of your workers and your boss. This people skill can be practiced, and once honed, you will see the difference and you will see a positive reaction around you. Genuine interest in others. People know when you're truly interested in them. If you're not showing a genuine interest, asking thoughtful questions or considering their answers, your interaction can actually have an opposite effect to the one intended. Take care to remember names, dates, and important life events. Flexibility, being likable, or having a good personality are highly contingent and context dependent attributes. Communicators have a great ability to shift gears when the context calls for it, and a deep well of communication options to choose from. This way they can respond accordingly to what current situations require. Good judgment is a key people skill that comes directly from learning, listening to others and observing the world around you. It also allows you wisely to select friends and associates, determine reactions and responses, and make good decisions. Pay attention to your gut. It's often a valuable lesson. The ability to persuade others, there's a good chance that at some point in your career you'll have to sell to others products, services, whether you're going for that promotion or pitching a project or selling yourself. You need to be able to form a strong, convincing argument for why you or your product are the best. Negotiation skills. Good negotiation skills are beneficial with both internal and external discussions. Internally, job offers and salary discussions greatly benefit from solid negotiation, as well as when it's time to pitch a new idea or sway that co-worker of a way of thinking. Externally, both vendors and customers often require negotiations, and you can really rely on that hero to be in that successful scenario. The ability to keep an open mind to create trust and respect in others. People need to know that the point of view and feedback will be considered and used. Being known as someone who keeps an open mind also makes you more approachable and easier to work with. A great sense of humour. Who doesn't enjoy laughing? It's a great diffuser of tension and conflict. If you can jam the system of tension, you will thrive in your job. It was once said that nobody ever died of laughter, and if you can retain some lightheartedness in your job, you're likely to get more airtime during meetings and overall. Knowing your audience, knowing what and how and when to say things to others is critical. For example, if someone just lost their job, it's probably not a good idea to talk about your promotion. This seems trivial, but it's one of the reasons why many people encounter communication problems and breakdowns. Honesty. Honesty is the best policy. It's not only true, it's essential in building trust amongst your colleagues. Once you lose it, it's almost impossible to regain. People want to work with those they can trust. Honesty is the foundation of any relationship, particularly in business. Awareness of body and language. The importance of body and language cannot be emphasized enough, since it makes up the majority of how we communicate with others. The reality is, we're communicating with people all the time, even when we're not speaking. Being mindful of what our gestures, expressions, voice, and appearance are communicating can greatly help or harm our people skills. Proactive problem solving. Work is a series of problem solving situations, but if you're proactive, you'll be able to take the pressure off your boss and your colleagues. This is a great people skill to have in the workplace. Leadership skills. If you can motivate a team and help those around you do their best work, you'll be more successful even in your management. Good manners. Using please and thank you goes a long way in the realm of people skills. While seemingly obvious, good manners is hugely underestimated in today's society. Ability to be supportive and motivate others. People want others to believe in them, regardless of how successful they might be. By showing support and form of encouragement, you can put something back to your colleagues. Not only should you praise and recognise your staff, and all while being upbeat, you should also motivate your bosses around you and your colleagues. Employees at all levels want to be enthusiastic. When workers know how to conduct themselves with people sensitivity, and outlook is much more emphasized. Employers who are aware of the human factor in the workplace get more done. Nowadays, many of us live in two worlds, the real world and the digital one. Make sure your people skills are consistent across both. Thank you for listening, and I hope you like and subscribe to this channel.